What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you tonight with a little bit of a channel update. We are here on Raid at Shadow Legends. I was going to do my usual free-to-play episode tonight, Saturday night, but I figured, you know what? There's going to be some cool stuff going on with the channel here in the next couple of weeks, so actually wanted to kind of just use this as an excuse to go over that. So we're going to have more of kind of a casual chill and chat night, I guess, with Raid Shadow Legends, and I'll just go ahead and be playing my free-to-play account episode in the background here. We actually are on day 64 of this account, so coming along pretty nicely. And let's go ahead and log in here. So we're in with the clan, so we can go ahead and do that. But I want to talk a little bit about actually my YouTube sort of production. And with things ramping back up with the pandemic, it seems we're going to be working from home for probably forever at this point, at least with my company. We are actually in November. Actually, it is November, toward the end of this month. God, it's already November 14th. It's kind of hard to believe. At the end of this month, after Thanksgiving, we are actually moving all of our servers from the physical office we have onto the cloud, so that people don't have to VPN to the database anymore. You can just go right on and log in and get into it. So we are basically, at this point, almost getting rid of our physical office. We have a skeleton crew that is still going in and working and doing stuff there. Of course, they had a mini COVID outbreak there, which wasn't good, but that just kind of shows, you know, we needed to be remote anyways. What am I looking for here? Appreciation pack. Get our free gift today from Plarium. But anyway, so with being home and not having to sit in traffic 3 or 4 hours a day and having so much more free time, it's actually been allowing me to get on YouTube a lot more, make more videos. You know, even though the Raid Shadow Legends stuff might not be getting as many views as like if I do a Destiny video or an Anthem video or something like that, it's been kind of fun just having a game where I can play and start being productive again, and it's kind of getting me back into the content creation side of things, which is pretty cool. So I'm really enjoying it, and unfortunately my PC that I use to make most of my videos is about 6 years old. It's really starting to show its age. I've mentioned it a couple times. It did get sort of fried in a lightning strike about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. I can't remember exactly when, but it didn't like kill the computer completely, but it kind of messed with the power supply, and it made the power supply start to surge quite a bit, you know, when I was trying to play games. And I eventually caught the problem, and it was kind of too late though. I managed to fix the, you know, I got a new power supply, I replaced half the components in the computer. I had to get a brand new hard drive for it and transfer the old one over, clone everything. But I think there was some damage done to the motherboard, and it's just been struggling. And one of the problems is, the reason actually that Raid is a good game for me to play is I can actually play this game and it's not too graphically intensive to the point that it screws with my recording computer. Because the issue is with my recording computer now is that when I have Elgato up and running, it's like I can't have anything else on in the background. It's just the system is so strained to run the Elgato recording software, and it used to not be. It's just where the motherboard's got some damage to it and there's some issues there that it's just made it a big struggle. So if I try to, like, for example, if I try to play a game of Mass Effect and do a voiceover while playing the game, it's too much for it to handle, and it just glitches out all the time. But with Raid, it's like this game is one of the few games right now where I can actually just play it, and it manages to go pretty smoothly. You know, if I try to play Destiny or anything else that's kind of graphically intensive, it just screws with it. I don't know, the you know, PC stuff is just really screwed up there. So it's been a busy year for me. Work has been crazy for us. It's actually been the busiest year that I've had in the 5 years I've been with the company I'm with. And so I've actually been able to get a little bit of overtime at work, which is pretty cool. Our boss is kind of encouraging us to actually, you know, work more if we can. So working from home, it's not as hard as it usually is. You know, I'm just spending some of that time I'd normally be sitting in the car in traffic. Now I can work a little bit extra, or, you know, that's kind of cool. So basically what I've been doing is stocking up a little bit of overtime just to pay off some bills and also to have a little bit extra fun money, because I haven't driven my car anywhere since March. So I've actually used one tank of gas since March, and I usually drive about 1,200 miles a month to work and back. So being able to have that also as expendable income has been very helpful for me. And I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. I know I'm very blessed right now. I know there's people out there struggling with COVID and getting laid off and stuff. So I don't for a minute think that I'm not very blessed to be in this situation. So I don't want anybody to think that I don't feel that way. But basically, I've been using a lot of that money to pay off debt, because if you've watched some of my other videos where I kind of ramble, I am doing the Dave Ramsey baby steps, where I'm still in baby step 2. I kind of modified mine a little bit. I don't follow his plan 100% to the letter, so I'm kind of paying off debt and then also investing at the same time. But it's been allowing me to pay off a little bit more, and I've also been setting aside a little bit of money for the last couple months, because I'm figuring my computer was going to kick the bucket at some point, and I kind of wanted to save it for Christmas and try to get like a good deal at Christmas time. We usually get a Christmas bonus at work too, so that was going to play into it a little bit. But what I decided to do was I checked this week, and they've already got some of the pre-Black Friday deals going on Newegg. Oh wow, did I just put Skull Crusher in here at level 1? I just made him level 60 and totally forgot about it, so this is going to be interesting. We'll see how long he survives. But I did find a good budget build for what I'm looking for, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money, because this is just going to be a computer that is only used to make YouTube videos, maybe stream someday. I don't want to get into that yet, but so I kind of looked for something that was budget but could also handle the hardware and everything. So I wound up getting a Ryzen 5 3600 with a GTX 1660, which after some research looking around, I actually found a lot of streamers use that setup to stream and play games on the same computer. So I figure if I'm only using it for videos, it's going to be more than enough. It's got a 500 gig solid state drive, which is going to be awesome. The computer I'm using now still got an old 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive, so it's going to be awesome to be able to have that better loading speed. And then it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, expandable up to 64. I went ahead and bought an extra 16 gig stick just because it wasn't that expensive to upgrade, and I think 32 should be plenty for what I'm going to be using it for. Now, I actually did buy a pre-built. It's the first time I bought a pre-built when it comes to PC. Usually I'll build my own, but one of the problems right now is actually with everybody being home with the pandemic, a lot of people are buying computers, they're buying game consoles, and if you've tried to find any type of hardware recently, like if you try to find a webcam or a microphone, it's actually, good luck, because so many people now working from home. There's like a backlog on the Logitech webcams. It's almost impossible to find one anywhere right now unless you just pay a crazy overprice for it. So if you wanted to build a PC right now, it's actually probably a little more expensive just for the fact of trying to find the parts. I kind of wanted to get something that had a 2000 series GPU in it at the minimum, but it was just too hard to find something that was within my budget. After a bunch of research, I think the computer I wound up getting is going to do pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it should get here next week. And also going to be upgrading my editing software that I use. I'm probably going to wind up going with Filmora. If you guys didn't know, I actually still use Windows Movie Maker, which is very old and very basic, and it just got the job done for such a long time. But it's been discontinued now for a while, so that's one of the reasons I was also hanging on to this computer, because I know how to use it pretty well, and I didn't want to have to start learning a new program. But that's what I'm going to do next week, is start learning how. I've been watching tutorials on it. It seems like a pretty easy to use, and it's got some nice advanced features on it too. So I'm looking forward to getting a new program and being able to do some cooler stuff with the video edits and things. And but really the main reason I wanted to do this, like I said earlier, just playing raids, getting me back into sort of the content creation. And I've been playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer again, which is really fun, and I want to do some videos on that. But with the current computer I have, it won't let me do voiceovers. I kind of want to do some gameplay on that one. And then if Cyberpunk is ever released, now we're hearing it may be delayed until 2021. That's a game I definitely want to do some content with on the channel. And also the new Mass Effect Legendary Edition is coming out next year, hopefully in the spring, and that's going to be basically all the Mass Effect games redone in 4K, HD graphics. I don't know what they're doing with the gameplay yet, and I hope they have the multiplayer component with it too. But most of you know Mass Effect is like my favorite series ever. I've got so many, probably thousands of hours. I've played through the trilogy 7 times in full. At a minimum, each game 60-hour playthrough, so I don't even want to count how many hours I've played, in addition to probably 700 or 800 hours in the multiplayer. So, love the game series. I'm so looking forward to it being remastered, because I still play the old ones. I've got my Xbox 360 if I need to go back and really get the experience, but I can play most of them on the Xbox One since they brought them up. But definitely when that series comes out, that's something I want to share on the channel and play on the channel. So definitely want to do a Let's Play through the trilogy when it's re-released. So I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, Cyberpunk. So kind of those 2 games, in addition to Raid in a way, have sort of inspired me to kind of get back into wanting to do videos and things. It's been a really rough patch for gaming for me, because really in the last couple of years, nothing has come out that I've really been interested in. You know, a lot of the big AAA games have been total letdowns. Steam actually did not bad with Skull Crusher being level 1. We'll have to see what he can do later when we get him up to level 60. He was my 3rd 6-star, so we're getting that roster going pretty good now. Of course, we got our Mountain King. We got to start building him up. I need some better gear, but right now we're kind of just going with what we've got. But anyways, like I was saying, so, you know, with these games coming out that I'm excited about, it's kind of got me wanting to do this stuff again. So I wanted to have a computer that will probably be able to handle the video editing and creating the videos in much better fashion. So that's why I'm kind of excited about that. But like I said, you know, just there's been, you know, a lot of AAA games and stuff that have come out that just have not been enjoyable for me. And you know, just in general, it's been very disappointing the last couple of years. I've been playing Destiny on and off, but I get bored of Destiny after about 2 months and quit playing for 5 or 6 months and then come back for the expansions. So it's not a game that I can play nonstop anymore. It just feels too much like work. And, you know, Anthem was a big letdown, and just basically everything that's come out recently. You know, Overwatch is about the only game I've been able to play consistently, you know, over the last couple of years. So I'm actually really excited about 2021. Just for gaming in general. I think it's going to be a good year, for me at least. For stuff that's coming out, I'm pretty excited about it. So that is basically why I wanted to go ahead and get a new computer. And plus, I have the entire week off pretty much for Thanksgiving. So it's going to come next. It's actually going to come next week, and then I have the week after that off. So it's going to be an entire week to get used to the new programs I'm using and to get all my stuff loaded on. I've still got to, you know, get my I got a 3 terabyte portable drive that I use for a lot of my photography stuff, so I'm going to have to use that and transfer a lot of the stuff off the old one that I want to hang on to and then put it onto the new one. So going to be pretty cool. I'm very excited about it. Very excited about it. Let's see what we got. A campaign boss, 4 upgrades, champion level tavern 3 times, and you know what? There is a summoning event going on right now. And I'm so tempted to yank these, because you know how it is with me and shards. If I have them, I gotta pull them. And let's see. So right now it's actually for support healer champions, any of which would be good on this account, because we all know on this account the problem is we don't have a good support champion. I actually did pull Captain Tamilia the other night from an ancient shard, so I did get her. But we just don't really have anybody that can heal right now. It's been a struggle on that end. I actually did just get War Priest again, and I think I'm going to keep her this time. I actually made the mistake of, you know, I've always fed her when I get her on the first stage, just because she's an easy 3-star to feed and level up. But here's Captain Tamila, so, you know, we just have to work on her a little bit. So, you know what, I'm in a good mood tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and this is probably going to wind up very disappointing, but let's go ahead and just yeet these and see what happens. And there's probably going to be a 2x void next week, so I know that's just going to be Steadfast Marshal. Yeah, nothing great there. But you never know. We might get Stitch Beast. I can use him in Fire Knight, I think. Yeah, he's got 2 hitters on all. And Turn Meter Dick. Okay, cool. He's not bad. We can use him on Fire Knight. Alright, let's pull the big bad boy here and see what... After that Mountain King pull, though, I don't think I'm going to ever have luck pulling anything ever again. So, ooh, Hexia. Not very familiar with her, but she looks cool. Attacks one enemy with 40% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Increases by 20% for each debuff on her. That's interesting. Attacks one enemy with an extra turn and places 50% increased attack on this champion for 2 turns if it kills an enemy. Damage increases for each debuff on this champion. Huh. Heals by 50% of the damage inflicted. So it looks like in order for her to be good, she's got to have a bunch of debuffs on her. Ally attack and faction crypts. And I think I remember reading about her somewhere else. She's got some really interesting ratings. That's because her kit at first glance doesn't seem that good, but I think there's another champion that you can use. I'm trying to remember who it is, but that puts debuffs on the entire team. It's a poison debuff. Really trying to remember who that is, but I can't right now. It's escaping me. So, and you know what? Let's just do we'll do a yank on a 10-pole mystery here and see what comes up. See if we can get some rares. All right, nothing good there. But yeah, so I think she's good in conjunction with another champion. I don't think she's going to do too much for us here. So, yeah, so those were kind of a letdown, but oh well. We had fun. We pull shards. Why not? Why not? I pulled a couple shards last week that I probably shouldn't have, and I ended up getting Caden and Zargala. So if I look at this overall count, just 60-some days in, we've actually got a lot of good stuff for being free to play. I mean, we got 2 legendaries. Yeah, Vistafist isn't amazing, but he's still cool. If you know anything about me, I don't follow guides and like, this person's good, this person sucks. I'm very much into let's have some fun and let's build stuff, let's theory craft. That's what gets me in trouble in this game a lot, because I wind up just developing other champions instead of focusing on what I should be. So on this account, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on the top end and build up these 6 stars first. But I also like just goofing around and finding stuff that works. But for an account 2 months in to have, I mean, we've got a lot of epics already. You know, we've got some pretty good characters here. We're doing pretty good. I can't complain too much. So I'm doing better on this account than I did on my main account, which is about to get Syl of the Drakes. So we're doing pretty good for our roster overall here. All right, let's see what we need to do. We've got some events over here. Summoning. Oh wow, at least we got some summon rush points. That's cool. We got some energy we can use to play tonight. We got some brews, got some rank charmers. So that's not bad. It's, you know, we'll look at the silver lining of wasting those shards, especially when there's probably going to be a void event next week, and now we don't have any. That's always kind of the issue. All right, cool. So another mystery shard here. Let's go in here and level somebody up and do some gear. Let's go ahead. Let's lock him up because I'm going to keep him for Fire Knight. He'll be a good addition early on. Just feed some of these 1 stars. Get that daily quest out of the way. Let's see who we have to work on with the gear. We're working on Skull Crusher, so I'm going to do some attempts here just to get his gear up. But yeah, so this is kind of a off-the-wall episode tonight since we decided to chat more about, you know, what's going on. I'm excited to get the new computer. Wow, that was a quick 15. Let's see if, you know what, let's go ahead and see if we can get 16 here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited next week to get the new PC and start working on that. It's going to, just the ability to start playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer again, like with a voice commentary, I think it's going to be really fun. There's so much I can do. You know, I did a lot with that game, you know, 3-4 years ago. And, you know, with so many people still playing, it's going to be kind of weird. Like, do you make guides for a game that's you know, 8 years old? Or do you just, you know, play the game and do kind of like what we're doing tonight, just chill and chat, I guess is what we'll call it. All right, we got a speed roll there on the bottom. That's not bad. I need to farm up some glyphs, though. I'm kind of low on glyphs. So, okay, cool. So he's got another 16 piece there. And we really need to go in and start working on his masteries as well. Skull Crusher is an amazing champion if you have him for clan boss especially, and also in dungeons, basically because of the counterattack ability he offers. On my main account, I got him, but I hadn't worked on him, and so my clan boss team on Brutal is doing about 8 to 9 million damage, and so I finally just decided, you know what, I'm going to level up Skull Crusher, I'm going to make him level 60. I got him fully ascended, I got his gear. His gear's not that amazing, but it's in an okay spot, and just putting him into my clan boss team, I'm now doing like 13 to 15 million per key, just putting him in, so it's made a huge difference. He's definitely a good champion to work on if you have him in your roster. Definitely give him a look there. But you know what, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I just really wanted to get in a quick chat about what's going to be going on next week, so bear with me a little bit in the next week or month or so as I get used to some new video software and obviously a new computer that's coming in. I'm going to try to still stay on a decent, my goal really is to put out 4 to 5 videos a month. That's a lot more than I was doing a while back before we came home. So, maybe once I get the new computer, and it actually, I'm pretty sure it's going to speed up editing and rendering and everything. It's actually going to allow me, hopefully, to make things a little bit quicker. Because that's one thing a lot of people don't understand is, like, even to make a 20-minute video on YouTube, it takes a lot of time behind the scenes. Like, you record the video, the voiceover, then you got to load it up, then you got to edit things. You got to add your intro, do all that stuff. Then you got to upload it to YouTube, and that can take a while depending on your internet and your render speed. So there's a little bit of work that goes into it, even if you're just doing it as a hobby. So keep that in mind anytime you're dealing with your, any of your content creators that you enjoy watching, is how much work actually goes into some of the stuff they're putting out for you. So that's kind of my public service announcement for the day. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about Raid Shadow Legends, feel free to put them down below in the comments. Looking forward to see what you guys think about the new computer coming in. I know there's a couple people that are really excited. I'm going to start doing Mass Effect content again, so I'm really excited for that too myself. And we're going to have a lot of fun with it, I think. So, as always, guys, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.